Oscar nominations 2024 by category -96 awards. Best Picture: American Fiction. Ben Leclerc, Nikos Karamitzios, Cord Jefferson and Jermaine Johnson, producers. Anatomy of a Fall. Marie-Ange Lucchini and David Theon, producers. Barbie. David Heyman, Margot Robbie, Tom Ackerley and Robbie Brenner, producers. The Holdovers. Mark Johnson, producer. Killers of the Flower Moon. Dan Friedkin, Bradley Thomas, Martin Scorsese and Daniel Lupi, producers. Maestro. Bradley Cooper, Steven Spielberg, Fred Berner, Amy Durning and Christy McCosko-Krieger, producers. Oppenheimer. Emma Thomas, Charles Reuven and Christopher Nolan, producers. Past Lives. David Hinojosa, Christine Vachin and Pamela Koffler, producers. Poor Things. Ed Guinea, Andrew Lowe, Yorgos Lanthimos and Emma Stone, producers. The Zone of Interest. James Wilson, producer. Actor in a leading role. Bradley Cooper in Maestro. Coleman Domingo in Rustin. Paul Giamatti in The Holdovers. Cillian Murphy in Oppenheimer. Jeffrey Wright in American Fiction. Actor in a supporting role. Sterling K. Brown in American Fiction. Robert De Niro in Killers of the Flower Moon. Robert Downey Jr. in Oppenheimer. Ryan Gosling in Barbie. Mark Ruffalo in Poor Things. Actress in a leading role. Annette Bening in Yod. Lily Gladstone in Killers of the Flower Moon. Sandra Hüller in Anatomy of a Fall. Carey Mulligan in Maestro. Emma Stone in Poor Things. Actress in a supporting role. Emily Blunt in Oppenheimer. Danielle Brooks in The Color Purple. America Ferrera in Barbie. Jodie Foster in Yod. Divine Joy Randolph in The Holdovers. Animated feature film. The Boy and the Heron. Hayao Miyazaki and Toshio Suzuki. Elemental. Peter Sohn and Denise Ream. Nimona. Nick Bruno, Troy Kwan, Karen Ryan and Julie Zachary. Robot Dreams. Pablo Berger, Eben Cormanzana, Ignacio Estepé and Sandra Tapia Diaz. Spider-Man, Across the Spider-Verse. Kemp Powers, Justin K. Thompson, Phil Lord, Christopher Miller and Amy Pascal. Cinematography. El Conde. Edward Lackman. Killers of the Flower Moon. Rodrigo Prieto. Maestro. Matthew Libatique. Oppenheimer. Hoyt van Hoytema. Poor Things. Robbie Ryan. Costume Design. Barbie. Jacqueline Duran. Killers of the Flower Moon. Jacqueline West. Napoleon. Jonty Yates and Dave Crossman. Oppenheimer. Ella Marwinek. Poor Things. Holly Waddington. Directing. Anatomy of a Fall. Justine Triot. Killers of the Flower Moon. Martin Scorsese. Oppenheimer. Christopher Nolan. Poor Things. Yorgos Lanthimos. The Zone of Interest. Jonathan Glazer. Documentary feature film. Bobi Wine, The People's President. Moses Boyo, Christopher Sharp and John Batsek. The Eternal Memory. Nominees to be determined. Four Daughters. Kuthar Ben-Hani and Nadim Chikruha. To Kill a Tiger. Nisha Pahuya, Cornelia Principi and David Oppenheim. 20 Days in Mariupol. Mstislav Kernov, Michelle Misner and Rainy Aronson Rath. Documentary short film. The Acts of Book Banning. Sheila Nevins and Trish Adlesek. The Barber of Little Rock. John Hoffman and Christine Turner. Island in Between. S. Leo Chang and Jean Tsien. The Last Repair Shop. Ben Proudfoot and Chris Bowers. Nene and Weipo. Sean Wang and Sam Davis. Film editing. Anatomy of a Fall. Lawrence Zainachel. The Holdovers. Kevin Tant. Killers of the Flower Moon. Thelma Schoonmaker. Oppenheimer. Jennifer Lame. Poor Things. Yorgos Mavropsaridis. International feature film. Io Capitano. Italy. Perfect Days. Japan. Society of the Snow. Spain. The Teacher's Lounge. Germany. The Zone of Interest. United Kingdom. Makeup and hairstyling. Golda. Karen Hartley Thomas, Susie Battersby and Asher Kelly Blue. Maestro. Kazuhiro, Kei Giorgio and Laurie McCoy Bell. Oppenheimer. Louise Abel. Poor Things. Nadia Stacy, Mark Coulier and Josh Weston. Society of the Snow. Anna Lopez Puiserver, David Marty and Montse Ribe. Music. American Fiction. Laura Karpman. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. John Williams. Killers of the Flower Moon. Robbie Robertson. Oppenheimer. Ludwig Göransson. Poor Things. Jerskin Fendrix. Music. The Fire Inside from Flamin' Hot. Music and lyric by Diane Warren. I'm Just Ken from Barbie. Music and lyric by Mark Ronson and Andrew Wyatt. It Never Went Away from American Symphony. Music and lyric by John Batiste and Dan Wilson. Was Haze from Killers of the Flower Moon. Music and lyric by Scott George. What Was I Made For? From Barbie. Music and lyric by Billie Eilish and Phineas O'Connell. Production design. Barbie. Production design, Sarah Greenwood. Set decoration, Katie Spencer. Killers of the Flower Moon. Production design, Jack Fisk. Set decoration, Adam Willis. Napoleon. Production design, Arthur Max. Set decoration, Ellie Griff. Oppenheimer. Production design, Ruth De Jong. Set decoration, Claire Kaufman. Poor Things. Production design, James Price and Shona Heath. Set decoration, Suzja Mihalek. Short film. Letter to a Pig. Tal Cantor and Amit Argiselter. 95 Senses. Jerusha Hess and Jared Hess. Our Uniform. Yega Magadam. Pachyderm. Stephanie Clement and Mark Rias. War is Over. Inspired by the music of John and Yoko. Dave Mullins and Brad Booker. Short film. The After. Misson Harriman and Nikki Bentham. Invincible. Vincent Renee Lordy and Samuel Karen. Night of Fortune. Laszlo Skjar Noah and Christian Nerlike. Red, White and Blue. Nazrin Chowdhury and Sarah McFarlane. The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar. Wes Anderson and Stephen Rails. Sound. The Creator. Ian Voigt, Eric Odell, Ethan van der Rin, Thomas Zanuck and Dean Zapankik. Maestro. Stephen A. Morrow, Richard King, Jason Reuter, Thomas Zanuck and Dean Zapankik. Mission, Impossible, Dead Reckoning Part 1. Chris Monroe, James H. Mather, Chris Burton and Mark Taylor. Oppenheimer. Willie Burton, Richard King, Gary A. Rizzo and Kevin O'Connell. The Zone of Interest. Tarn Willers and Johnny Byrne. Visual effects. The Creator. Jay Cooper, Ian Comley, Andrew Roberts and Neil Corbold. Godzilla -1. Takashi Yamazaki, Kyoko Shibuya, Masaki Takahashi and Tetsuji Nojima. Guardians of the Galaxy Vol. 3. Stefan Sarati, Alexis Weisbrot, Guy Williams and Theo Bialek. Mission: Impossible, Dead Reckoning Part 1. Alex Whitkey, Simone Coco, Jeff Sutherland and Neil Corbould. Napoleon. Charlie Hanley, Luke Yu and Martin Fenouillet, Simone Coco and Neil Corbould. Writing: American Fiction. Written for the screen by Cord Jefferson. Barbie. Written by Greta Gerwig and Noah Baumbach. Oppenheimer. Written for the screen by Christopher Nolan. Poor Things. Screenplay by Tony McNamara. The Zone of Interest. Written by Jonathan Glazer. Writing: Anatomy of a Fall. Screenplay: Justine Triad and Arthur Harari. The Holdovers. Written by David Hemmingson. Maestro. Written by Bradley Cooper and Josh Singer. May-December. Screenplay by Smee Birch. Story by Smee Birch and Alex Mechanic. Past Lives. Written by Celine Song.